Hello everybody, time to do today's CSS Daily Target. What's the target today? Ooh, well, I like ones like this. All right, what do we got here? We've got, you know what I'm feeling today? What I haven't done in a while is the quad template. So the quad template is 4 paragraph tags that are flopped XY to make a symmetrical object. And so let's see what we need to do to create this shape using that. Is this a bad idea? Never know. Okay, so let's do the pieces here. Conic gradient. We might end up not undoing whatever we do here. Let's go transparent. And let's do a from 90 degrees. And then the green, actually, 25%. And then transparent. That's a neat effect to create part of that shape. And then we're going to put onto the body background of the, I don't know what that color is. It's a green, olive, something like that. Okay, so we need an at value. So from 30 degrees at 100 pixels, 100 pixels, too low, 8, 80 looks right. And then we're too far over. How about 8 again? 8, 100, 110, 20, 30. Okay, so that's what we made. A very complicated way to do that. But that's okay. I like it. All right, so what's next? How about a linear gradient? Oh, maybe this is a terrible idea. All right, so we're just gonna follow the thread, even though this does seem pretty questionable. Pretty darn questionable. All right, so what do we need here? I kind of want to do, let's comment this so we can stay on target. So I want to do just these little pieces. So what is that, a linear gradient? Yeah, this is starting to seem like a really, really bad idea. Green to transparent. And then 0, 0. Only by doing some no repeats can we really get. Okay, so there's a stripe. But we don't need that much stripe, right? So I'm just going to go top to bottom and create these shapes, right? So if I do repeat, then we get stripes. We don't really want that. And strictly speaking, do we even need these things? All right, like I said, we're gonna follow the thread. I know that I've already complained about this. Okay. So, okay, so here's what we've done. That is, this is a generic gradient. And is that really 12 pixels tall? That seems questionable. So that's, because it's down 12 pixels. Okay, never mind. I was thinking that was the background size, and it is not the background size at all. All right, so here's, we're going to variabilize the linear gradient, so that's the top down. So we'll call it the D, and we'll call that var D. This is definitely not the best way to do this. Will I do two ways today? Maybe. All right, and then we're going to do, yeah, no repeat. So now we move this down, 30, 40, 42, 45, 46, and then not as far over, 6, 55, 50. All right. And then, how about the same thing, but the vertical one, which would be V, and then 90 degrees. And then that is var V, so that's kind of right. How about a little less far over, which would be 90, 94, 95, 96, 96, and that looks right. And then another one again, the small one, V, and he's going to be not as far over, so 60, 50, 50, 60, 62, and then down 10, 20. Okay, now that we've done that, we can uncomment our paragraphs, and we've made that shape. So is this a goofy way to do it? Yes, a very goofy way to do this. That doesn't displease me, really. So let's minify and unit replace and resubmit. All right, so I did that with 4 elements and a lot of code. How many gradients? 1, 2, 1, 2. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gradients. That's a lot of gradients. All right, let's do this an entirely different way. Let's use the blank template again. We'll set the gradient here, like so. And then we're going to create an element like this, clump, and then we're going to set the color to that. And we're just going to do one element at a time. The first element is going to be this small one. 10, 12, 100, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then the height is 20. So that's thing number 1. We're going to say box shadow. Oh, and I have that backwards. It should be 0. So that's number 1, 2, 4, 5, 55, 56. So that's one element. How about the next element? P plus P is, oh, and then, yeah, I screwed myself. These margins should be here. Yeah. All right, so let's adjust these margins. This margin should be, so 12 is correct. No, it's not. Is that correct? No, that is not correct. 6 58, 62. There we go. Okay, so that's thing number one. Thing number two is the slightly wider one. And the margins for him are 13, 14, and then 5, 4, and then his box shadow is like 0, 200 pixels, 190 pixels, 188 pixels. Yeah. Now we got that. And actually, we're going to need even more. So let's do this with the second one has a B. Okay, so what's PC? C this is more straightforward than the gradient technique, right? Like that's definitely a thing. So the margin here is we're going to need more numbers, and his height is going to be like 40, 50, and this final order is like 50. This second is 300. Okay. So the top margin for him has to be a little bigger. 20, 30, 40, 50, 54, and then 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and then this needs to be more, 2, 3, 10, and then his height is 60. All right, and then his box shadow ought to be the flip side of whatever B is, right? So, or whatever A is. So 256 pixels, 0. There it is. Okay, and then the next one. So again, we're doing 4 elements. D is going to be very, very similar. It's going to be taller though. Call it 80, and his margins, so we're going to have a negative margin, and then this margin is less, 280 maybe, and this is more, 70, 80. So again, we're using margins to modify 688. To modify the placement of these things, and we need to be more negative. 6, 7, 80, and the height is 100, and this margin needs to be less, 78, 76, and then his box shadow is what? It should be the flip of B. So 188 pixels and 0. There it is. So this is still a lot of code, but it's a little bit simpler code. So now let's do E, which is the square in the middle. I could do it with a conic gradient, but that's be cubed by half. It's not how anybody else would do it. Only I would do it that way. And that's okay. Okay, so his height is like 100. And his box shadow unset, and his margins his margins need to be set. E. margin minus 100, 0, 0. Okay, so we definitely have something going on. More negative, 1, okay, 120. And then probably these are going to be equal on the side, so I can do just a second number, 60, 90, 110, 120, 122. And then the height, 120, 130, 40, 50. Well, that is not working at all. Oh, that's not working. The height on E is not enough. Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, let's submit that. A lot of code. A lot of code there. I mean, it's working, but... Okay, so we variabilize this var -m or that number. So then each one of these margins we could do -m. Copy, paste, copy, paste. I'm reminded that some editors can do S for shadow. So -s, -s. Height is var -h. Height -h. And here again, and here again, and here again. And then this is -s. Okay, so we've shrunk down a bunch of the code, and I keep scrolling, sorry about that. And then here I can do -s, and sort of the trick is that I just can leave this blank, and that subverts the box shadow. So let's submit that and make sure we're 100%. Which we are. We're going to minify. Is that shorter? Probably not. Significantly shorter than the quad technique that I used. And again, that's a better score. So a lot of math. Box shadows are super powerful. If I set the color here, so background is what really fills an object. But if I do red here, you can see what the box shadows are. So those are the box shadows. Not doing anything with rotate here, not doing anything with absolutely position things. Could have done that. Could have done a shape. Could have done many things, but we did it the way we did it, and I'm content with that. All right, I will stop there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your checking out the channel and watching some of my videos here, or at least one. If you never watched another video, that's fine. Don't like, don't subscribe. That's fine. Nobody needs more YouTube. I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy doing CSS battles. I enjoy recording them. There is some value, at least to me, doing them. If it's to you too, that's great. All right. Go make a web page and send it to your friend. Everybody's carrying around web browsers. It's really cool. And take care of yourselves. It's really rough out there. Okay, bye-bye.